Jonathan, our friends at Sainsbury, the vast UK grocery chain, have confirmed that they made an offer for home retail. For those of us who are not from the UK, tell us a little bit about what home retail does and what the logic of this deal would be.
Okay, so home retail is a business that basically has two parts. One is a sort of DIY chain, similar to say B&Q or Home Depot, which is called Homebase. Now, ironically, Homebase used to be owned by Sainsbury's back in the dim and distant past. The other part is a business called Argos, which is a peculiarly British business. It's a catalogue retailer. So in the days of old, you would either have the big thick catalogue at home, or you would go into the shop and browse through it. Then you would fill in a little slip of paper with a pencil, take it to the counter, and about 5 minutes later your item will appear off a conveyor.
So what on earth does a grocer want with either one of these businesses, whatever their independent virtues might be?
The obvious thing is that the two businesses combined, there will be some cost synergies. The combined business will need fewer people to run it. It will only need one head office.
Can you jam Argos or Homebase stores into Sainsbury stores? In other words, we have a glut of floor space in UK retail. Could this deal help eliminate some of that glut?
Yes, it could. And I think that's probably a large part of the justification for it. There are already some Argos concessions operating within Sainsbury's larger supermarkets, and I suspect what Sainsbury's management want to do is get a lot more of that and a lot more of these revenue synergies, which I know as head of Lex you don't believe in a great deal.
Well, what does Sainsbury itself have to say about this? Are they touting cost savings and real estate efficiency or something else?
They are touting cost savings and they are touting real estate efficiency. Although I have to say that, to my mind, that the issue of too much space in UK retail could be solved by either of these companies on its own, closing stores. I don't think they necessarily need to come together in order to do that. And I think some of the other justifications that have been put forward for the proposed merger are a little bit flimsy. For instance, Sainsbury's, at the very first bullet point in its statement, talks about the desire to create a food and non-food retailer of choice. And I would question if any such thing even exists.
Okay.
You have the hard discounters in food retail and you have Amazon in non-food retail. That suggests pretty strongly to me that there is no such thing these days as a retailer of choice.
I see. Well, here's what the market thinks. Home retail shares are up 37%. Sainsbury's shares are down 5%. Do you agree with the market's assessment, Jonathan?
I think probably yes, I do. We don't know what the bid would have been. There's no figure put on it, and I think it would have been a cash and shares offer, so it's hard to evaluate. But I think it's fair to say that home retail has struggled more than Sainsbury's to adapt itself to the whole sort of internet click and collect, home delivery kind of business model, and therefore they probably have more to gain by becoming part of Sainsbury's than Sainsbury's has by absorbing Home Retail Group.
Well, Jonathan, bricks and mortar retail in the UK, rarely profitable, always interesting. Thanks very much.